And we're back with another episode of Let's Play King's Quest IV, The Perils of Rosella. I'm your host, the RPG guy. Alright, let's keep moving here. Now that we have the sheet music, there is another little tidbit that we can tackle. So let's go ahead and now head up to the top of this mansion. Being careful not to fall off because that can happen. And there we go. You find it difficult to read the old sheet music, but you attempt it anyway. Who doesn't like organ music? Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. There's Hungarian on this thing. Not sure off the top of my head what piece that is, but made me think of one of the... I'm probably wrong. It made me think of one of the Hungarian dances, but I don't think it was. Most of you all know Hungarian dance number 5, but, you know. It wasn't Hungarian dance number 5, though, if you're wondering. Hungarian dance is the one that goes da 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 da. It's not that. All right, let's head back down. As we now have your skeleton key. After all you've been through to find it, this better be a skeleton key. Well, what if it's not? Then we're going to start making skeletons of our own. As we'll head down, down, down the stairway, down, down. Let's not fall down. Oh, no. She had a little stumble there, did she not? The perils of Rostella. I broke a nail. Nah, I'm teasing. She's doing a great job. She's doing a great job. What can I say? It's just as much of an adventure in some cases as the others. That's the one thing that's fun about the King's Quest games, is that every one of these, it feels like a King's Quest game, regardless of who the main character is. Though I will say I do like the ones with Graham a bit more. I'm not gonna lie. But this one is a lot of people's favorites, and I can see why. Oops, what am I doing? What am I doing? Give me... You place the skeleton key in the lock of the crypt door. Slowly you turn it. Click, it unlocked. Ooh. Alright, so let's take a look-see here. The platform towers over the floor of the crypt. That's not what I wanted. See a pile of rope on the end of the platform. You reach down and get the pile of rope. To your happy surprise, you find that the rope is actually a rope ladder attached at the end of the platform. Gladly, you throw the rope ladder over the edge of the platform, where it falls to the floor below. Look out for the mummy. You should be resistant to undead, so go away, fool. Again, that scarab just... I think you can technically beat the game without the scarab. But it's a lot trickier. And we are not going to mess with that. Let's go ahead and head up and out. Come on. There we go. So now let's go ahead and turn this bad boy in. We've come a long way. You know, between playing all the King's Quest games, I've been playing them back to back for anybody wondering. And I haven't gotten tired of playing them yet. This one, a little bit, just maybe because the quality of visuals have gone down. Not that that's a reason not to enjoy it, but I do like the remakes that we've partaken in so much since. So this is the thing that this one hasn't gotten a graphical upgrade yet. Makes me a little sad. Uh-oh, Lolotte's goons. Oh boy, so maybe now we'll be rewarded. Lolotte smiles an evil smile, you know? She says, I've never asked your name. What is it? You tell her Rosella. Rosella, what a pretty name. You wonder what this is all about. You find out soon enough. You find out soon enough. Well, Rosella, Lolotte grins ominously. You've earned your reward. My son Edgar has fallen in love with you. I wish him to be happy, and I give you the honor of being his wife and my daughter-in-law. Your heart turns flips, and somersaults as you hear this. You'll be married first thing in the morning, she informs you. You will sleep in Edgar's room tonight while my son sleeps elsewhere. She motions to her goons. Let us relieve you of your burdensome load before you retire. This is clearly not a good thing. You are so shocked by the tragic turn of events that you hardly notice your possessions being taken away. To her goons, Lolotte orders, escort our Rosella to her room. Great. Well, this went fucking sideways, did it not? Now you think to yourself, now what? At this point, we're just gonna hang out. It's the most unusual four-poster bed. Normally, this is Edgar's tower bedroom. Actually, for being in such an awful castle, it looks quite comfortable, but you're in no mood to care. There's a night table by the bed. You see the mountain out the window. The door is locked. Of course it is. You hear something at the door. Oh, he brought her a flower. Let's take a look. What's this? Why? A beautiful red rose has been pushed under your door. You pick it up and carry it with you. What a beautiful red rose. What's this? Why, there's a little gold key attached to the rose. Remove the little key from the red rose. Using the little gold key, you quickly unlock the door. Okay. Let's go ahead and head downstairs. This is a little good place to use our little save. As you can see, I'm making saves every time we end an episode. Just because, you know, don't want a power out to happen or something, and then the little short save doesn't work. This actually happened. It happened during our King's Quest II playthrough. Oh no! And that's the reason we also make our little save. Because you could fall down the stairs in the most hilarious fashion. Looks like the Howie Mandel guard is asleep. All right, let's go this way. Oh no! Okay, Well, that didn't work. At least your henchmen have taken your rose and you no longer have the gold key. It looks like you're destined to be Miss Edgar. Edgar. I think the audio just broke again. Yeah, this is having a pretty bad audio glitch, very similar to the other one. But clearly, this is not the ending we want. I now pronounce you man and wife. Edgar, you may kiss the bride. So... And it seems like nothing is happening. Da, 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 da. All right. Oh, maybe it's stuck. Maybe it's finally stuck. All right, let me go ahead and reload. Clearly, we didn't win. All right. Got back here. Let's try it a little differently. Let's stay on this side of the room and see if we get lucky. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's see if we can find her stoof. And there's all of our stuff. Sweet. And of course we'll save. Because, yeah, one little screw up literally will lead to failure. Come on. Come on. There we go. Save. Being careful as we climb the stairs here, not to fall off the frickin' side of the steps. As you guys have seen me clearly do in many of these King's Quest games. Oh no! And this is why the saves are so important. I guess she just fell to her death. Poor Edgar. Imagine, like, the woman of your dreams falling to their death in your own home because they have no desire to be with you. They would rather die than be with you. Okay, let's keep going up. And I don't know why you keep selecting it like that. Whoops. Using the little gold key, you quickly unlock the door. Let's make a save. The evil fairy sleeps soundly in her bed. She wears Genesta's magic talisman around her neck, and you see it gleaming upon her chest. As she sleeps, she makes a very strange clicking sound. All right, let's use that. You aim the golden arrow towards the Lolotte. You let go of the bow string. Zing! A direct hit. Lolotte sits straight up in bed and looks a look of agony upon her face. What did you do to me? She shrieks. I'm melting! Melting! No, wait. That's another story. Let's try again. It hurts. It hurts. Stop the pain. Stop it. You cringe as you watch the evil fairy die a painful death. What happened? You wonder. How could Cupid's arrow have done that? You thought that those arrows were harmless and contained only love. Clearly it did a little bit more. Wait, that must be it, love. Lolotte was so evil that when all that pure love entered her body, it acted as a poison to her system. In spite of yourself, you feel a sense of sweet revenge. As she breathes her last, Lolotte manages to gasp, "I don't know how, but I'll get you for this. A bright new day is dawning." And we ain't getting married, that's for sure. Edgar bows before you, acknowledging his evil mother's death. He begins to say, "You may now walk freely about the castle," and suddenly begins to blush. Aw, he's not such a bad guy after all. Clearly, Lolotte was clearly the problem. And thus we now have the amulet. You can feel goodness radiate from the magic talisman. You must be the one Genesta want. This must be the one Genesta wanted you to retrieve. But we're not done yet. Let's make a save. So we gotta navigate the stairs. So let's go ahead and go. Hopefully not fall. As they bow respectfully to us, like Howie Mandel should. Evil Howie Mandel. I need to be clear. Whoop. Come here, you. And then we'll go ahead and grab Pandora's box. Let's save. And head out of here. Because we're not quite done yet. We're going to collect everything we lost. Okay, let's go this way. Come on, Rosella. Jesus Crow. Never a break. Never a break. This is why we save, y'all. Well, she had a break. She broke her face on the ground. There we go. Through the doorway and out we go. We're not quite done. Let's go to the stable. As soon as you open the gate, the splendid wild unicorn impatiently leaves its hated prison, quickly trots out of the open stable door towards freedom. Goodbye, my friend. We're nice enough to close things. All right, let's go ahead and kind of come back the way we came. And we're going to, first thing we pretty much want to do, it's, you know what? I hate this part. Because sometimes the game decides, hey, guess what? There's a ledge, and then she walks right to it. Okay, we should be good. And we've made it back to some type of some resemblance of normalcy. Let's see. So yeah, the first thing we're definitely gonna do is return Pandora's box to where it belongs, because clearly that's not something that even Rosella should be holding on to. You'll see what I mean, too, by all of this. We'll head down here. The mummy runs from your powerful scarab. Go away, fool. All right, up we go. Close the door. And we will lock it. Place the skeleton in the lock of the crypt door. Click it locked. You kick the key through the crack under the door. Now no one will ever accidentally release the evils of Pandora's box into the world. Hence the reason we did what we did. Well, all there is left to do at this point is go return the talisman. I don't think there's anything else we can do. All these pretty items. Nothing I can think of that we could do with the chicken. So, yay. So we'll keep heading this way. It's a very nice contrast from what it was at night to the daytime. Save. As we make our way to the sea. Yeah, because there's not much to say. And again, much like any King's Quest game, it's a lot of trial and error, and you experimenting with various things to see what works and what doesn't, and all that hubbubaloo. Let's go ahead and head north. We'll go to the end of the pier, where we will make our final save, really. Because you can still get eaten by sharks, I believe, so would hate for that to happen. Alright, let's move. So we slowly make our way across the sea. Good thing currents don't exist in this game. She was swept away by the current. Alright, let's move. Janessa's tiny fairies guard the palace door. So remember, if you guys, I don't know if you guys remember, but in the last King's Quest 3 redo, when we played through it, I don't know if you guys remember the letter we found, but it had the name, it was signed by the initial L. So clearly the letter to Manamanamanamanan was from Lolotte. How they're all connected together by the Father. Right? Alright, we have arrived. I said final save earlier, but no, we don't want to give her the chicken. We want to take the talisman and give it to Janesta. You give the magic talisman to the dying fairy. Almost instantly, the color returns to her cheeks and her green eyes begin to sparkle. She sits up in bed, stretches, and smiles at you. There we go. Whoa! She's a little too happy there. It's like, hi. You have saved my life, Rosella. The beautiful fairy says gratefully. And you have saved Tamir from the persecution of Lolotte. We are deeply indebted to you. Bet your ass you are. I want to go outside. I need to feel the warm sun on my face. Exuberantly, she waves her magic hands, whatever. Suddenly, you find yourself outside. My little hen, Janesta suddenly exclaims, wherever did you find her? You explained that the ogre had possession of her. And hey, look at that, another perfect score. So 3 out of 4 perfect scores. Nice. Poor thing, she says. Well, at least she's back home now. That's one good cock. Now for you, Rosella. Genesta says, it's my turn to help you out. I will return you to Daventry, and with the magic fruit, you will be able to save your father's life. We'd better hurry, though, as he doesn't have much time left. Oh, Daddy. Yes, you are anxious to get home. But first, Genesta proclaims, let's replace these peasant clothes with your royal gown. With a twinkle in her eye, Genesta announces there is someone else deserving of a reward for his kindness and heroism. Aww. You have a beautiful soul, Edgar, the fairy says to the ugly little man. Even Lolotte's curse couldn't hide it. Let me restore you to your true form. This handsome hunk is Edgar? Oh my. Rosella, he says, I love you. Will you marry me? There we go. You think about it. You think about it some more. Then... I'm sorry, Edgar. You're very sweet, but I must immediately return home. Perhaps we'll meet again, you say. Why can't he go with her, if he loves her so much? Well, Rosella, Genesta announces, it's time for you to go. Your father desperately needs you. You must leave this hunka burnin' love behind. Goodbye. We'll never forget you. She picked up the old adventuring cap. You give the healing fruit to your dying father and strongly urge him to take a bite, which he weakly does. Why does it taste like baby meat? And he awakens. Shit-eating grin on his face. How are you feeling, father? You excitedly ask him. Never felt better in my life, is his reply. What is in this fruit anyway, he wonders. Can we, like, grow it in our backyard and ferment it into really good booze? It is magic, father. And you tell your excited family of your adventure in Tamir. I don't think you're through with this hat yet, you say. Your brother Alexander and your mother Queen Valenice readily agree. You've got too much life ahead of you. Thank you for playing King's Quest IV, The Perils of Rosella. You have a perfect score. Congratulations. So, there it is. Yeah. No credit roll because we saw that when we did the introduction. If you include the original 3 King's Quest games in their older format, this was a very far ahead of its time. Kind of in comparison, a lot of people really like King's Quest IV, The Perils of Rosella. I'm a little indifferent to it. I like it fine. It's as good as any of the others that preceded it. I still tend to feel King's Quest 1 to be slightly the wonkiest or weirdest one to play. King's Quest 3, once you've played it and you understand it mechanically, you can get through it rather easily. King's Quest 2, especially the remake of it, you have a lot of tasks that you got to do. But again, the game kind of suffers from a fixed order of things. semi-fixed. Like, if you wander outside of wandering around in the open, you are forced to accomplish certain tasks at certain times. And, you know, like any adventure game, yes, it's the generic quest progression. So, regardless of how you feel about it, that's kind of it's a good trait, and it's a trait that does hurt these kind of games, these older games, because you don't have the ability to kind of do whatever you want when you want to do it. And that improves as the game's series goes on. And adventure games all the way to today have adopted that. So, you know, back then they couldn't really do it very easily. So for the fact that these games had some of that going for it, really is a big feather in their hat that they should carry with them, because it's a lot of fun. And you have to remember, this was what, 1988, I think, when this game came out. So for 1988, this is a great little adventure. This version of it, I recommend, other than the few glitches we ran into. This is a much easier way to play the game. It's definitely, I guess you could argue, it's more accessible. If you're more familiar with the later King's Quest games, or you've played other point-and-click adventures like Sanitarium, Sam and Max, and so on and so forth, this one, it won't. These older ones, these remakes of King's Quest 1 through 4, they're much more approachable, because there are just some people who don't like the idea of having to type really fast while you're being chased down by a dog, right? And I understand that. So definitely a neat way to play this game. So I want to thank Dr. Slash for making this adaptation of this game. And I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that, because check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/CheckDartStudios, for more live gaming action, because when we come back, we've got at least 3 more King's Quest games I'm willing to do in this particular order. I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to do King's Quest 8, which is the Mask of Mask of Eternity, or whatever it is. That, like I said, I don't know if I mentioned it in a previous series. That one's kind of up in the air. And then there's the new King's Quest series. That's, well, not really a series. It's an episodic release made back in 2015 or so. So eventually we'll get to that one too. I don't know if I'm going to do it alongside the originals, because I kind of want the originals to be their own thing. So, like I said, with that said, thanks for stopping by, guys, and we will see you guys next time.